Tyreek Hill is a cancer. He has been a cancer on and off the field. We all know what happened in the beginning of the season before the season even started with the cop situation. Now, that wasn't his fault, but he took it to a whole nother level. He made it worse than it was, and it really affected the Dolphins and their first game of the season. And he had other players with him that was dealing with the same thing. Tyreek Hill always has a problem with something. It's not, if it's not the quarterback, it's the damn wide receiver. If it's not the damn wide receiver, it's the running back. If it's not the running back, it's the offensive line. It's been a huge problem over the last couple of years over here in Miami, and he even had problems in Kansas City. He thought that he was the best player on the Kansas City Chiefs, and the Kansas City Chiefs, and obviously Andy Reid said, what are you on, drugs? We got Patrick Mahomes. And that's why they parted ways. And that's why they traded him for a couple, what was it?
5 picks.
5 picks? I mean, and none of them were first-round draft picks, I don't think.
No, one of them was.
Was it a first-round?
Yeah, there was one.
I didn't even know it was a first-round draft.
Became Trent McDuffie.
Well, I rest my case. But you look at the situation that the Dolphins are in. They paid him a lot of money. He is still owed at least 2 more years of $30-something million. I think 31. Yep. If you decide to part ways with him, you got to pay that cap. And that cap hit is a significant cap hit. I think it's $20-something million on the cap. Now, if they trade him, what are they going to get back from a guy that just, first of all, is over 30 now? He doesn't shut up. He puts himself in harm's way in front of the media. He's all over social media. He's on, he's got his own podcast. He's got his own YouTube channel. This is a guy that's a cancer. The only way this works is if he gets traded back to Kansas City. That's the only way this is going to work. But what is Kansas City going to give up for him? Now, Miami's going to want something significant back for him, and I don't know what Kansas City is going to be willing to trade for him with. Now, Andy Reid is a very clever guy. He's clever, and if he thinks that Tyreek, if somehow Kansas City doesn't make it to the Super Bowl and win the Super Bowl this year, and this could be Travis Kelce's last year, they're going to need another weapon. They're going to need to go out there and bring in a guy that's going to help Patrick Mahomes next season if Kelce decides to part ways. There's a lot of rumors saying that he wants to get married. He wants to move forward in his career in the podcasting world. This could be his final year. The only reason why he came back and he signed that 2-year deal is because they were going to three-peat. Nevertheless, they're going to be looking at another weapon in the offseason for Patrick Mahomes. I don't think there's any other moves besides him going back to Kansas City next season. Now, everybody's going to say, well, Tyreek Hill, he can make a team better. It doesn't make sense. If you look at some of these young quarterbacks, and right now, a lot of these teams, Justin Herbert's going to be looking for a number one guy. Do you see Jim Harbaugh bringing in Tyreek Hill to help Justin Herbert? I don't see Jim Harbaugh doing that. If you look at some of these other teams, Caleb Williams, if they decide to, Keenan Allen decides to retire, he's still under another 2 years of his contract. If Keenan Allen gets traded or they have a chance to get a guy like Tyreek Hill, do they bring in a new coach like a Ben Johnson and have to coach Tyreek Hill after Mike McDaniel, who's a very likable head coach, can't deal with him and can't deal with him in a locker room? I wouldn't want to deal with that either. So where does he go? There are no other teams except the stupid teams. The Browns, the Jets. I mean, those stupid teams that'll be willing to make a move. That's not true. He says he doesn't want to play for the Jets. If the Jets are willing to give him his $31 million and he gets to play with Aaron Rodgers, and Aaron Rodgers is there, why wouldn't he want to play for the Jets? He gets the ball. He's going to see the ball. So it just seems more like a stupid team to go after somebody like this. He is a cancer. It's the fact that he quit on his team, that's Antonio Brown-like. You do not want somebody that's not going to go out there and give 110% because his team fell apart this year because their quarterback can't stay healthy and the team is just not as good as everybody thought they were going to be.
When you quit on a team, and he said, I want to be on a winner, and then he kind of basically just quit when they were out of playoff contention, right? Like, if it's really one of those things where you have that mentality already and you're going to bring it, and Errol, you made a great point. It's like he's dealt with him before. Andy Reid knows how to deal with them. I think Kelce's done either way because they're making way too much money off the field, and he can go down and be one of the greatest tight ends to ever play, whether they win or not. That's to be seen. I don't think they will, but he's going to go down as one of the best, and now he has so much going for him and on off the field in everything that, him and his brother have created and all the other stuff. And now even, his sister-in-law is now the number one podcaster in the world.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's like there's a lot of things that go into it. I think you're 100% right. Like that's the only fit for him, and to take that on because it's a headache, and it's something. When you lose a locker room, you lose the team, and he's shown that not only individualistically, because it's like if we're not in contention, like what the hell do I need to play? I'm still going to get my $30 million. But who's going to take that over and who's going to deal with that is the question.
Yeah, I don't think the Chiefs are going to be the team to do it. Patrick Mahomes is not going to take on a $30 million contract. He's going to want linemen. He's going to be like, hey, did you see me this year? I got sacked numerous times under pressure. My ankle's already a problem. He's not going to be like, hey, give me Tyreek Hill. He's going to give me a left tackle that can protect my blind side. So I think that's the route he goes there. I wouldn't be surprised to go see him be at a culture guy like a Harbaugh. He's got a culture built there. He won't deal with the shenanigans that Tyreek Hill is going to put out there. He'll just pull him out of the game and be like, all right, well, we tried. But I think one of those teams, either the Washington Commanders, I could see with Jaden Daniels, get him a playmaker, or Harbaugh with the Chargers.